Toys for Tots has always provided for families in need, but this year their need is greater than ever.
With both my parents working, we barely had enough to get by. There's a lot of times there was no food in the house. So Christmas and birthdays, like, those are luxuries that we never got a chance to partake in. So that definitely did affect me, and it affects the way I raise my kids now, because I want them to have everything that I never had, you know? So even with other people's kids, like when I see that them struggling, even prior to taking this over, like, I always did the best I could to help them, you know, just provide for their family too.
Gunnery Sergeant Justin Driscoll remembers clearly what Christmas was like for him as a child. Now he's helping families in the Springfield area have a Christmas they will cherish. Driscoll is the coordinator of the Springfield area Toys for Tots program.
For me to be able to give this experience all my heart and my time is humbling for me. And then as a kid who woke up on Christmas with no toys, like, that is, it's heartbreaking. And I did it for years and years and years. I can get emotional just thinking about it. But to be able to make sure these kids have toys on Christmas is what I love.
Toys for Tots was started as a national organization in 1947 to help families get back on their feet after World War II. They've given out more than 500 million toys in the U.S. Driscoll says this year is the toughest they've ever seen in central Illinois.
Donations this year are definitely on the decline compared to last year. This warehouse last year would be completely full of toys by this time. Right now we barely have enough to cover the agency requests that we have, you know, but nobody wants their kid to wake up Christmas morning and not have a present under the tree. So we're doing everything we can to make sure that every kid does have a gift.
This load of toys is heading out to just one organization that helps families. This is more than twice as many toys as they normally need.
And it's also very humbling for us to see the amount of need in our community, which is why we rely heavily on our community just to help us. Even through this pandemic, we know it's hard on everybody, and everybody has been impacted in some way. But everything that we do here is for the kids, is to make sure that every kid does have a Christmas, and we're working our best to do that what we can to make sure that happens.
Toys for Tots in Sangamon and Menard Counties serves 40 nonprofits. Just last year, they gave out almost 15,000 toys.
Well, this year, what's a little bit different than every other year is that one, all the toys have to sit for a 7-day period before we could even begin sorting the toys. So that really takes away from our time to be able to distribute. Drop-off
bins were collected on December 15th, but you can donate money to Toys for Tots through their website.
And then we use that money to purchase toys for the age ranges where we're lacking, which this year is definitely our older kids. They tend to get forgotten during donation time. So we do use that money to purchase gifts for the older kids, so like our 10 to 15 range boys and girls.
They can also use your time. Toys for Tots relies on volunteers to make sure they reach every family who asks for help. Driscoll and his family are working together to cover what they need.
And without them, like, my job would be 100 times harder, being to try to fill individual orders. So they definitely help us that way. But the individual families that call me, when I'm calling them and telling them that they've been approved for their toy requests, and they just break down crying on the phone because they've been so worried that Christmas wasn't going to happen, I just couldn't even put in words. It's just amazing.
And once all these toys have been handed out, the donations are still accepted year-round. You can find out more information by going to their website. For InFocus, I'm Julie Staley.